हरे कृष्णा। सब्सक्राइब करिए हमारे शिक्षार्थकम चैनल को और प्रेस करिए इसके बेल आइकन को ताकि अगली वीडियो सबसे पहले आप देख सकें। हरे कृष्णा।
Hello everyone. Today I'm going to speak on a very important and interesting topic, reincarnation. I was intrigued to know that how conscious beings time and again comes back into this world. And I am even more astonished to see that despite so many evidences available, people have not given proper attention to this phenomenon. Some people, when they hear the word reincarnation, punarjanma, they reject it outright, calling it some kind of superstition or dogma, old traditional belief and things like that. But if accepting anything without reasoning is considered blind faith, then rejecting anything without proper investigation and reasoning is also a blind faith. We already have certain presumptions and we want to know the truth based on these presumptions. But truth cannot be decided based on what we like and what we don't like. So before I begin with my presentation, let us put aside all our presumptions. We may be theist, atheist, this religion, that religion, or whatever. And let the evidence lead us to wherever it wants to. Let's become true seekers to know the truth. So the pioneering work in this direction was done by the Canadian professor and psychiatrist Dr. Ian Stevenson at the University of West Virginia. He invested more than 40 years, investigated more than 3,000 cases all over the world, including Asia, America, Europe and the Middle East. He wrote several books like 20 Cases Suggestive of Reincarnation, Children Who Remember Their Past Lives. He was head of the department, but he gave up that post just to unfold the mystery behind reincarnation. Some people who were very much skeptical argued that most of the cases are coming from Asian community, where people already have faith in reincarnation. So in order to refute this allegation, Dr. Stevenson wrote another book named The European Cases of Reincarnation Type, and where he presents the reincarnation cases of Europe. Tom Schroeder, a very famous journalist at the Washington Post, was also very skeptical about the research work of Dr. Stevenson. He started traveling with Dr. Stevenson to disprove the possibility of reincarnation. But at the end, he realized that reincarnation is not a myth. He wrote a book called Old Souls, The Scientific Proof of Past Lives. So let's start here the logical analysis by taking up very prominent examples of reincarnation. Knowingly, I have decided to take all the Western cases and not the Indian ones, because then people will say that Hindus naturally believe in reincarnation. So I have picked up the cases where people have the opposite belief. That means in those cultures and religions where people do not believe in reincarnation. Here, I would begin with the case of genoglossy, which is formed with two words, geno and glossy. So geno is a Greek prefix which means strange or foreign, and the word glossa means tongue. So the word genoglossy means the language which could not have been acquired by natural means or could not be learnt normally. Mr. Joel Whiten, professor of psychiatry from the Medical School of Toronto, presents a case in his book Life Between Life. And in this case, here is a person by the name Harold Jurowski. Under hypnotic regression, he recalled that he was a Viking named Thor in his past life. And when he was instructed to write down some of the words used in that era, then he recollected more than 22 words, which he himself was unable to understand after coming out of regression. Then all these words were submitted to several authorities in Icelandic and Norwegian languages. And then 10 of these words were identified as belonging to a very old 7th century language that had got completely extinct, and several other words were identified as belonging to Russian, Serbian and Slavic languages. Then the question arises, how come someone know about the language which doesn't even exist? To the extent that even the authorities had to make an extensive research to identify these words. Similarly, on another occasion, Harold recollected another past life where he was a Mesopotamian named Zando. Whiten asked him to write down words for similar concepts like clothing, brother, house, etc. Harold held a pencil very lightly and created a mysterious Arabic style script. And when he came out of regression, Harold said, "What is this?" "These are some bunch of squiggles." He thought it was a pure garbage. However, Mr. Whiten felt that his writings deserved careful investigation. So he submitted them to an expert in Iranian and Persian language. And after careful investigation, this expert declared this is the representation of old extinct language named Sassanid Pahlavi used between 226 to 651 AD. So this was another unique case. So how would he have known about the language which had got extinct 1300 years back? So thank you very much for giving your important time. We welcome all your questions, your comments, and if you disagree with our opinion, then we are open to discussion. Let us sit around the table and let us discuss scientifically, reasonably the possibility of reincarnation. Thank you very much.